On Skyhawk Talk, it's Snappy Tomato Pizza. You can give them a call at 588-SNAP. They will deliver. Buffets hot, salads cold. They've even got dessert pizza. Coach, we won't spend a whole lot of time talking about the Northern Kentucky game, but you fall in that one 70-61 on Saturday. What happened there?
Well, it was, I think, honestly, Northern Kentucky is a very solid team. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Matter of fact, 19 turnovers that we caused for them was way above their season average. Their season average was like 11.5. So we forced them into a lot of mistakes, and they didn't shoot the ball well, except for the fact that their post players torched us. And, their three post players combined for 47 points and 34 rebounds. And the one that had 14 points and 9 rebounds on the season in 7 games had 12 points and 6 rebounds on the season.
Wow.
So we gave her more points than she had in 6 games and rebounds. And I think what you saw out of that was a combination of a few things. Number one, I think our kids overlooked them a little bit because they were about our size. And I think that after the Winthrop game, they kind of lost a little bit of focus. Mm-hmm. Plus, we didn't shoot the ball well at all.
20 for 70.
Yeah, and we sent them to 20 for 70 and 5 for 33 from three-point range, which is just unbelievable. And then they got to the foul line a lot more than we did. The officiating it's the first time this year that I thought the officiating looked a lot like it did last year. And to be honest with you, if that's going to happen, it wasn't inconsistent, which you can learn from, but it was the first time that it looked like last year. And when it looked like last year, I don't think we adjusted as well as we should have.
What do you mean? It was more physical?
They were letting now the arms were back on the dribblers, the hands were back on people, and I'm just kind of going, that's fine because it was called both ways, but we weren't doing it much because they don't drive. So there's now a big disparity in what's going on in the game. We don't drive. They do drive. No, we drive. They don't drive. So it was affecting us more than it was them, and it just got us out of sync. And we've got to understand how to battle stuff like that, and we did a very poor job of it.
Skyhawks fell in that one 70-61, so you walk away with the win over Winthrop and the loss to Northern Kentucky. Coach, coming up this week, you go down to Alabama playing a Southeastern Conference school. Not an easy task.
No, Alabama they're up and down. They're very capable of beating just about anybody. But they've been inconsistent for the last couple of years. But they had a big win against Wisconsin the other day, so that's what it shows you is they're extremely capable. The difference, Chris, and I forgot to tell our kids this today, and I'll try to remember to do it tomorrow. The difference is anybody can beat you on any given night in college basketball. Mm-hmm. Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne last night beat 21st ranked Purdue.
Yeah.
And Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne was 2-4 on the season and had barely beaten SIUE, and now they go and they beat Purdue. Well, it's just one of those things. Anybody can beat anybody. When you get up to the BCS schools, the Alabamas of the world, they can, if they put it together one night, they can just torch you. Mm-hmm. Is tonight the night they do it? You don't know. So you can't do anything except go play. But they've got the potential to be a very good basketball team. They've got some young kids. They got a new coach who's doing some good things with them. So it's going to be a challenge down there in Alabama. And I'm telling you right now, after their football game, I think any sport's going to try to win games for the next few weeks.
I hadn't thought about that. Then you have Illinois State coming up on Sunday, and you'll go to Normal, Illinois.
And Illinois State beat Florida last week for their first win. Now, how about that? Illinois State gets their first win of the season, and they beat Florida. Okay, well, they lose to, OVC schools. They lose to Mid-American Conference schools, and then they beat an SEC. I mean, it makes no sense, but it just shows you what teams are capable of doing. One, if they put it together that night, and two, if they don't put it together that night. And that's kind of what happened with us with Winthrop and Northern Kentucky. What are we capable of? It's this. If we don't put it together, it could be that. And so,
because even not to discount Northern Kentucky, but what I knew about both teams, I thought you might struggle with Winthrop, and you should beat Northern Kentucky. You beat Winthrop, and you lost to Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, and it's just you have to play every single game, and we're playing so many freshmen that it's natural. Well, they're used to having a 28-game schedule, and on those games, there's only 7 that they're going to have to play.
Yeah, they
can't get beat in 21 of those games. There's no way. And even if they play poorly, they're going to win by 20 eventually. Well, that's not the case anymore for them. And we haven't figured out that we've got to come out and bring it every single night. It doesn't matter who's you're playing, because what if tonight's the night that they put it all together?
Yeah.
If they put it all together, they'll beat you even if you play decent. Even if you think they may not be supposed to. So it's just one of those things that we got to learn from, and hopefully that Alabama, Illinois State swing that we're about to make now, we can make some noise and play well in.
Okay, Coach. I'll talk to you Wednesday night. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Coach Kevin McMillan, Skyhawk Talk continues from Snappy Tomato Pizza on the UT Martin Skyhawk Sports Network.